Conover man who had multiple felony warrants is behind bars this morning. Hickory police say they arrested 37-year-old Johnny Lale yesterday afternoon. Investigators say they were doing a property check at the Hickory Food Lion and found a suspicious vehicle that belonged to him. Officers tried speaking with Lale, who was inside the vehicle, but he did not respond. Hickory police say they later entered the car, arrested him, and took him to the hospital for medical evaluation. The warrants for Lale include habitual felon, having a stolen vehicle, larceny, breaking and entering, and failure to register as a sex offender. He has a court hearing scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning. We will let you know what happens.